Okay, good morning, friends. Really, we should be starting today Klal Gimel of the Chofetz Chaim. Be'ez Hashem, we will, but not before we do, perhaps the most important footnote in Sefer Chofetz Chaim. And it's the question everybody's been wondering about. So you say, what is the question everybody's been wondering about? We have to change the batteries. I'll let you wonder for 1 second. About is, can you mock the rabbi's drasha? I mean, is there any greater hana in this world than mocking the rabbi's drasha? I don't think there is better material, I'm saying for conversation, than going home for the Shabbos meal and tearing apart the rabbi's drasha. There is nothing that gives somebody more joy than to be able to shred harav v'drashasai b'fnei kol am v'eda. So we already saw yesterday that no, it's asur al pidin lahalag mimenu v'loymar she'ein b'drashosav mamish. You're not allowed to do that. So you say, then, v'lama li chayim. What am I supposed to do in this world? So one great principle the Gemara says is that whatever hana you're supposed to get in this world, you're going to get. So when you don't take a hana b'derech isur, you'll get that hana b'derech heter. What it will be, I can't tell you. That's above my pay grade. But we believe in Emunah Shlema that whatever enjoyment you get, you would have got, you'll get a different way. But now we're going to do the footnote in the Chofetz Chaim. I'm going to try to read it very quickly because it's long. This that you're now to mock the drasha of the rabbi is even if every word you're saying is true. Says that you can't make your words more tasty before the listener to embarrass him. When you think very well, timsa, you'll find the truth is the mocker is mixing a lot of falsehood in his mockery. Very often, when the mockers, as soon as they open their mouth to mock the darshan, they say very often they say the rabbi himself didn't know what he's talking about. He's an imposter. And similar other types of mockery. They frighten the heart of those who listen to him. Moreover, they pour laza on the rabbi and they say, the whole drasha that he's darshaning, ein kavanasai, rak b'shvel hanos atzmai. He's only doing it for himself. He's only doing it for himself. Do you know how much he makes? You didn't know how much the rabbi makes? It's online. I looked it up yesterday. Actually, I look it up every day just to make sure, I have to know every day, so when I mock the drasha, I can tell the guy's getting paid X number of dollars, and yesterday at the board meeting, they raised him 3 cents, and he still doesn't know what he's talking about. No, says the Chofetz Chaim, rak b'shvel hanos atzmai, uve'emes lo yechen adav. It's not true. Even if you're going to say, shem lo yidichaku hachrech beisai, even if you're going to say, had the financial pressure not forced him, he wouldn't have traveled there to give that speech. He's only doing it for the money. Let's say that's true, that the rabbi only gave that drasha for the money. Nevertheless, how does the mocker know that the rabbi is only doing it for himself? Maybe once he's giving it, his primary kavana is that the people should hear Musar and the fear of God. He also wants to be supported, like we find in many statements of Chazal. We are obligated to support those who uphold the Torah to the best of our ability. And if this is what the rabbi is thinking, in other words, if his thinking is, look, I want to support my family, but once I'm doing it l'shem shemaim. He's reckoned the complete tzaddik, like the Gemara says in Basra. Someone who says, I'm giving this coin so that my son should live, is considered completely righteous. Similar to this we find B'Matzia, if let's say you lent money not to do a chesed, but because you needed the collateral, Mar Savar Mitzvah Kavod. One opinion holds that you did a mitzvah, shehova, you lent. Omar Sav, the other opinion holds, shalanase miskavein, you did it for your own hana, ve'ein ka mitzvah, there's no mitzvah. V'yadua da'alach Rabbi Akiva mechaver, we know that we pass like Rabbi Akiva, that malvet sarech lamashgoin, he is doing a mitzvah, because it's true he needed the collateral, but he did a mitzvah irrespective. Rak shetzarech li zahar, just when someone gives tzedakah for their child to live, he has to be careful. That whatever in the end happens to the son, chas v'shalom, or when the rabbi gives a drasha, let's say you give a drasha and it turns out they promised you $1,000 and they didn't give it to you. By the way, I'm just going to tell you, maybe, I'm not saying if this is from personal experience, but it could be that sometimes when they tell you they're going to give you something, they don't always do it. So let's say the kavanah was that you're doing it to get paid, and you're doing it l'shem shamayim. You just have to be careful that if they don't end up paying, you don't regret having done it. You should not regret retroactively the mitzvah or the tzedakah or the rebuke. V'ayin b'toisus in psachim daf chesam beis divrei hamascha sheyizka v'al pi emes. The truth is, we're commanded to judge the rabbi favorably. Shezahu kavanasai, that his kavanah was primarily l'shem shamayim, k'madach siv b'tzedek tishbad amisecha. But v'al pi aroiv, in most cases, most of the time the mockery comes from people who are not God-fearing. Therefore, when they hear musar, v'haichacha, or rebuke al hisrashlos mishmiras haTorah, from slackening off in observing the Torah, shu neged ritzainam, as soon as they hear heaven forbid musar, now they say, what is this rabbi? He's lit fish chas v'shalom. They hear musar, what happened? Then we know that people don't have your shamayim, they don't like musar. The mocker doesn't like to be rebuked. So they try to find they try to impugn the rebuker. Anyone who disqualifies others with their own disqualification. Uvifrad, especially shaharbe pamim matzoi, many times it's common she'ein mima lahalig, that there's really nothing to mock. A drasha is like ice cream. You know that. Many people are allergic. No, a drasha is like ice cream. Some people want a new pshat in the pasuk. Some want lamdas. Some want stories. Because the drasha is not according to your style, you should say that the drasha was empty. A drasha is like ice cream, so you don't like strawberry vanilla. You only like chocolate. Okay. But there are people that like strawberry vanilla. Especially in our many sins, the person is only speaking out of hatred. He doesn't like the rabbi since the first day the rabbi walked into the shul. Because the rabbi made him lose a court case. Or the rabbi is the kind of tamimastic a guy, and human nature is that those mockers, they don't like the tamimastic people, because they know that deep down the rabbi doesn't approve of them. And these kind of people, when they hear Rabbi Pliny Almoini is speaking, they make sure to be there in a front row seat so that they could repeat over every single word. You know, a regular share, they don't remember one word, but this share, they remember they say over the share bal peh to anyone who's willing to listen. Gamhim rotzim l'shmaya, they run to hear. V'kavanasim lahara, their intent is for bad, to embarrass the rabbi afterwards. The rabbi gives a big drasha of many things. There are a lot of good things. He energizes the people to fear Hashem, to observe Torah, and he tells a few stories and a few jokes and a few, a shtickle dvarim betelim, like the speakers tend to do. This enemy of the rabbi doesn't say the truth. This thing was good. This was a little bit lower level material. He says no. He says the rabbi did not say one blessed word of content. Is there any greater lashon hara or sheker? While the guy was running to shul, his only kavanah was to catch the rabbi in something. He's just looking for content to mock the rabbi. This guy's making a big mistake, because he thinks one day when he goes up to Shema, they're going to reward him with running to shul to hear the drasha, and nobody's going to know his real intent in attending the drasha. He's going to think that his thoughts will not be revealed to anyone. It's not true. In the end of days, the disparagement of his plan will become revealed to everyone. Like it says, Soif davar hakoil nishma v'tirgim v'targum kilava soif yizgala ein koil. In the end, all of your secret plans will be revealed. And then woe to this man for going to shul in the first place. He would have been better eating cholent and then sleeping. Woe to him for listening to the drasha. Woe to him for his lashon hara. In truth, we find in Pergavos 4 types of attributes of those who go to shul. You have a guy, he goes and he doesn't do anything. He gets schar halicha biyadai. He learns Torah, but he doesn't walk to shul. Schar masa biyadai. Here, it's the exact opposite. It's the polar opposite. At first, he has the sin of going. Then he has the sin of acting. The Torah commands you should not walk. To instruct shagam al halicha yesh Isser, that even on walking there's an Isser. Levad avoin harachilas ba'atzmai, aside for the sin of rachilas itself, k'moshe mavayir b'shla. V'al ish kazeh, about such a guy, shayich maimer chazal, hamaktim raglav ledvar avera, he who advances his feet for a matter of sin, makdimin loy malach hamaves, the angel of death advances to him. Ki ish kazeh, this kind of guy, levad shumaktim raglo dora alichas albeis hakneses, kedei shi'lo yachav malahalik. Aside from the fact that he's mizares to the shul, so that he has what to mak, tireu gamkein, you'll see also shetekav achar drasha. Right after the drasha, be'is amiros hakadish, during the recitation of Kaddish, va'aniyas amin yishmei rabba, shal zeh ha'olam kayam. The whole world stands on it, like it says in Chumash Chazal B'Soita, Amal Olam Kayam, Amen Yeshmei Rabba Da'agadata, Hu Lo Yachush Zaklal. The Kaddish, I need to destroy the rabbi now. That's why I didn't even nap. I woke up, I davened Hashkama, I ate a quick meal to make hachonis. I've been sitting in the show for 5 hours before the Shabbos Haggadah Drasha to get the front row seat to destroy the rabbi after the Drasha during the Kaddish. The take if Ratzel Chavei runs right away to his friend Ashu Makir Mekvar Shagam Him Yaskimu Levazei Sarab. Takes one to know one or something like that. He runs to the guy who they've been motioning and winking and gesticulating for the last hour during the drasha to convene as soon as the drasha is over. V'yischaber imam b'leitzanos v'hitulim lahalig meha drasha, and you join together with a leitzanos and hitulim to mock the drasha. Zeh benusach shel leitzanos. One guy is mocking, one guy is using biting sarcasm, one guy is using passive aggressive insult. Yeah, each one in their own tune. They miss all the brachos. We can't even calculate how many Yisurim these people are over. And if you think timtza behem kol halavin va'asan mevarim le'el b'psicha ayin sham, it's at least 14 lavin, 17. It's at least 14 asay, 17 lavin, and a couple of arurim. Uveish kazem mitzuyan hein kol hashalosh kitosh amru chazal. This guy meets all three categories of the kind of person who is not mekabel pnei shchina: kat shakarim, kat leitzim, kat mesaprei lashon hara. Uveyoser shumanei asaram me'avedes Hashem b'zeh. He's preventing people from serving Hashem by downgrading the esteem of the rabbi. The next time the rabbi tries to instruct them to keep the halacha, nobody's going to pay attention. Hashem should watch us from such a guy and from his friends, who listen to this makar about Lashon Hara V'shoiskin, and they're quiet. They need to tell the guy, pal, keep quiet. You're headed straight to the highest level of Gehenna. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to look at you. Please leave immediately. Thank you so much for your attention in this matter. Yeah? Kamaisha Amr Chazal, Kol HaMisloitzeitz Yisurin Ba'an Olav. Anyone who mocks, Yisurin comes upon him. V'af HaShameh V'shoisek Nenash. Likewise, somebody who listens and is silent will be punished. V'ayin L'kaman B'chlal Ches. And look later on, Klal Ches, Sham Be'yarnu Heitav Ezgol Yisurim Shal Mevazat Tam Chacham. There we'll see the great affliction of someone who is shamed Tam Chacham. So, how is the Drasha? It was amazing. I just have to run right now. Yeah. Okay. Now this one was so good. I'm going to make a separate clip out of it, but we still didn't do today, so don't go anywhere.